Hi, I'm Chirag. I'm a management professional by background. I'm super non-technical. I've never written a single line of code in my life. But thanks to platforms like Bolt, the torchbearer of AI vibe coding, people like me have been able to bring our ideas to life. I've been working in senior care industry for several years now. In this industry, there are close to 35,000 communities that service a million older adults in the United States. Now, this industry, the not-for-profit, also contributes significantly with 25% market share. However, these communities face significant challenges and regulatory pressures, financial pressures, and staffing challenges. And that's the reason they are unable to drive their expansion innovation efforts. Every year, federal and state governments, as well as public private entities, float millions of dollars of grants and funding opportunities for senior living providers to sponsor their expansion and innovation. However, due to fragmented information sources and limited staff, these senior living communities miss out on majority of these grants and opportunities. This is where GrantBeacon comes into picture. Built completely using Bolt's AI coding agent, GrantBeacon assimilates information on grants across the spectrum and provides a single-stop platform for senior living communities. Page and set up their account with an email ID, password. They have to verify the email before proceeding. Once the user logs in, the first page that they see is the feeds page. Now, this is where you can see all the grants that are basically relevant to senior care industry. These grants are being fed through backend APIs through multiple sources. There is grants.gov, there is SAMS.gov. The platform is highly scalable, and the data ingestion pipeline will grow significantly and can be made more robust in the future. Once you're on this page, you can basically look at some of the filters here. The filters are very topical to senior care industry. You can look at what agencies are sponsoring and floating these grant opportunities. Then you have program focus. Once you apply these filters, you can see which of these grants are are relevant to your choice. You can also shortlist some of these grants. We are interested in driving deeper and looking at this specific grant. Now, once you're here, now you are redirected to a grants detail page where you can see an AI generated summary of the grant. We are using large language models in the backend, which is basically looking at the grant information and then creating this high level summary of the grant, of the eligibility information, as well as the contact information. And click on this view original notice, which redirects you to basically the grant page. Part of future roadmap of this platform, which is invoke AI to spin up your grant proposal. Now, the idea here is the AI can look at the grant and its information and eligibility. The AI can also look at the organization profile and the documents and how the organization is structured and what needs they have, and then combine these two in order to create a very detailed and comprehensive grant application. Then we have the shortlist page, which basically tells us some of the grants that we have saved from the feeds page. Next, what we have is the profile page where you can basically edit your profile. Then you have about page if you just want to go back and understand what's the mission of GrantBeacon and what it stands for. And then eventually there's the sign up page.